Jim, how you feeling? You all right?
Powerful and dynamic, sir.
We were we just had a lunch with uh, Master Pedro Sauer, professor.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
tell me a little bit about the vibrations you get from him when you're in his presence? I mean, how do you feel?
Inspired, um, more connected, more passionate, more connected to my purpose because he's so connected to his.
Hmm. And what as somebody that is your instructor, what does he represent for you? What does he represent to you?
Authenticity, true leadership, leading a truly better life using martial arts, jujitsu specifically as the focal point and the anchor to that mission.
Yes, and tell me, you were helpful to uh, put both of us in a great position for him to be a guest speaker at the summit. Can you share with me his reach, not just to his style, but for every style? Can you speak to that for a moment?
Professor has a very important and unique look at the world in terms of most people that do jujitsu because he respects all styles. He's done multiple styles himself before he started his formal jujitsu training. Not a lot of people know that. His best friend before he started jujitsu was Rickson Gracie. Rickson got him into the Gracie Academy. He did boxing and taekwondo, and he doesn't have this closed box mentality that just grappling is the only piece of the self-defense puzzle, although it's a huge piece. He really believes that being a well-rounded martial artist is what jiu-jitsu should be. And so he has a great respect for every martial art because of that. And even if he didn't practice a certain thing someone else didn't, his respect level towards the world would never allow him to not like what someone's doing just because he didn't do it personally.
Beautiful.
That has yoga.
Mr. Bundy is from Warren, Ohio, and he's come on the scene like a firebrand. And I thought that it would be a great idea. We thought that it'd be a great idea to kind of show your pearls and let you galvanize a little bit, let you energize a little bit. And here's the question I want to pose for you. If you're sitting down, Jim, are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down, sir.
And you're not one to leave anything on the table either.
No, you got to eat what's in front of you. You taught me that over the past couple days.
Yeah, I always said take all you want, but eat all you take. But this is different. I'm asking you to not leave anything on the table. So everybody is totally okay. We're settled in and we are ready to feel how you're feeling. It's about expressing vibrations. I want to feel
Yes,
the
sir.
vibration. Jim,
Yes, sir.
I'm with you at a Starbucks.
Yes, sir.
I'm a school director. And there's kind of two scenarios with a school director. One scenario is like my game is pretty darn good. I'm in a pretty good place, but like everybody here, I'm still leaning forward. Like I want to make sure that I'm climbing up a few rungs on the ladder. The other spectrum could be another director. It says, look, I'm just hanging in there. I'm stretching myself. I'm feeling anxious. I'm laying awake at night. And what I'm saying is that there's a lot of different people, directors that are on that spectrum. They're either on this side or they're on this side or someplace in the middle. But the question I ask you is the same wherever we are on the spectrum. And here's the question. I'm sitting across the wooden table and we're having our coffee together at Starbucks, and I'm a school director and you're you, and I'm asking you the question, look, I really need your help, Mr. Bundy. I need you to give me 4 ways that you can help me deliver a world-class organization. So So, Jim, whoever you're talking to, wherever I am on the spectrum, the answers are probably pretty similar. So, it's the first thing, and then I'll just let you roll. I'll probably interject, but tell me the very first thing that you would do to answer that question on how I can. I need as a school director to run a world class organization. And before you start, I want to pre-frame everybody because if you have any follow-up comments or questions, there's a little section today where you can jump in and say, hey, I want to add something, or I have a question, or you want to ping something off Mr. Bundy. So, all right, Jim, please help me.
Sure.
I'm earnestly, my cup is empty. I'm in Starbucks with you. I have a school. How would you start me out?
So you ask me, how do I have a world-class organization, maintain one, keep one, or build one? You have to be around world-class people. The simplest answer is always true. So if I'm a struggling school owner or a school owner that's trying to build myself up, I don't know what I don't know. If I am been in the business for a while, if I've been plugging along and I'm still not connected all the time to high energy people that are racing and running, I have to be around those people to feed off their energy, their information, their education. I'm going to get stagnant. The best example would be just this past Monday. I've been doing jiu-jitsu well over 20 years. I've been doing martial arts since 1987. Master Pedro Sauer is in his 60s. He's been doing jiu-jitsu since he's been around 14. He is as passionate, excited, enthusiastic about jiu-jitsu today as he was when he was a teenager. If you don't get around people like that, you're leaving yourself flat on a plateau and not wanting to grow. If you are trying to figure out how to be better with your business and you're not sure how, if you're like how I was when I was younger and I'm that school owner that's chasing his tail, and you're thinking, well, what's the secret? What's the thing to do? What's the ad to run? What's the Facebook thing to put on? What's the Instagram? Stop, hold up, wait a minute. Just get around the right people and start figuring out what you don't know before you try to figure out what to do. You have to be around energy, around enthusiasm. If you're around the right people, they're just going to start throwing stuff on you and it lands on you. You were, of course, at Master Sauer's Academy, sir, on Monday. And I introduced you to him. He came over to you. What was one of the first things he said to you?
And one thing he says is, put on a gi. I want you to train.
Yes, he says, when am I going to get you in the gi? That's the first thing he said to you. He shook your hand. His smile was from ear to ear. And he says, when am I going to get you in a gi? As enthusiastic and excited as a brand new white belt person out on the mat in his 60s, 8th degree black belt, that much in love with what he does. How can you not want to be better, do better, and learn more when you're not around those people? So calls like this, events, Zooms, visiting people, going and training. If you're not around the right people, you're not going to be the right person. End stop.
Well, also, a professor was walking around and people were responding to him very well. And
Yes.
I think that from the guy that was sitting next to me, who was taking a break from his class from the day before, he was kind of seeing that professor has seen something in me that I haven't seen in myself.
Yes.
What stirs in your head when I say that?
So that's why we get around world-class leaders, because they inspire us to do things that we don't think we can at the moment. So I get around you. It's why I get around other thought leaders, because they see the potential in me that I'm not looking at. They're helping me bring it to the forefront. So it's not just being around successful people. It's the right kind. People that have integrity, people that are authentic, people that are leading from their heart, they're purpose driven. When they meet you and they shake your hands, if I meet somebody and I shake your hand and you want to have a better school, you just opened the door for me to talk to you forever. Professor, same way. You meet him, you're in his school, you opened up the door for him to make you a jiu-jitsu student forever. So it's the right people with the right enthusiasm, and they bring out the best out of you, not because they have something they're trying to get. They have something they're trying to give.
And alignment.
Yes.
That's a big word, Jim, because that has to
Huge.
do with energy.
Yes.
It has to do with ethics.
Yes.
So talk to me about the idea of alignment with the people that you want to encircle yourself with. Alignment.
So I've been told a few times I'm good at sales, but I'm only good at selling things that I love, that I can ethically sell for all the right reasons. And I sell them to people because I feel ethically and morally obligated to get them to do a thing that I know will benefit from them. Same thing with Professor. He wasn't asking for your credit card and sign up at his school. He just knows if you do jujitsu, you have a better life, so he's going to ask you. So when you're around people that are running their schools that are like that, and they don't have what I call commission breath. In other words, you go to a car salesman, why don't I like you? Because when you open up your mouth, all I hear coming out of your mouth is, what kind of paycheck am I going to get when you buy this car? But if you talk to a good salesman, they're just trying to help you and serve you. So being around the right thought leaders, it's, to me, here's Jim Bundy red flags. This isn't for the rest of the world. If you lead off with just how to make more money and how to get leads and what's the newest ad slick, okay, that's all superfluous money-driven things. But if you talk to me and say, how well are your students doing at your school? How can you help your students be better? How can you help your community? When you're around school owners that talk like that, the money comes, of course, because they're very good at that. Now I have alignment. Now if I hear you say an idea on how to run my school better, you're not talking to me with commission breath. You're not selling me some program on this new thing to put in your school so I can benefit, get a check from you. And I'm not even sure if that's ethically or aligned with how you want to run your school. No, I want to be around people that don't tell me what to do. They encourage me to do what I need to do better, because everybody on this call wants to run their school their way. Everybody's got their own thought model of success to them. And I need to be around leaders that respect that think that's the most important thing. And if I'm not, well, then that's just money exchanging hands. We're in alignment when everybody is ethically sound and morally driven.
Yes. And the other question is, I love the idea when we wake up in the morning, the one question might be, how do we as entrepreneurs, as people that have these people in the palm of our hand that are looking for direction, what value are we going to bring to the students, our team members, our community? Like, what greater value am I going to bring to everybody? I'm asking myself the right questions. It's more effective than answering the wrong questions. So I got to get my thought model up. Like, what value am I going to bring? How do you think about that every day, Jim? And then I'm going to ask you for the second suggestion on how to run a world-class organization. From value, what goes in your mind?
Sure. Well, if I'm around people that lean forward that way, and Mr. Durkin is on the call, every time, Mr. Durkin, you speak, I'm reminded how not good of a person I am. And I'm reminded in a very lovingly guilty way. And if you don't mind, Mr. Durkin, I'm going to bring up a couple of specific examples how he's treated me, Mr. C. So I saw he had a cool hat, Buzz Durkin anniversary hat. I reached out to him. I said, Mr. Durkin, on Facebook, I would love to have one of your hats. He says, I don't remember the exact quote, so don't get mad at me, Mr. Durkin, but he communicated to me immediately, and he says, oh, we're getting them in so and so and so on. And I said, what can I send you? He says, oh, I'm just going to send it to you. And here's my bad New Englander accent. My pleasure. I could hear him just saying it in his communication. So he mailed it to me on his dime in a box because I asked for one. I got my 3rd degree black belt from Master Sauer. Do you know what I got in the mail? A postcard from Buzz Durkin congratulating me on my 3rd degree. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about world-class human? See that? So it's everything we're saying together. When I'm around people that make me want to be a better person, by default, I'm a better person. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm leaning with gratitude. I'm leaning with service. I'm leaning with the right purpose. I'm not waking up going, where's the next dollar coming from? I'm now waking up going, how do I serve the most people? And if I do that to the best of my ability, those people want to be around me and pay me because I'm leading with love.
And how's the headspace changed over time for you, Jim? Your headspace, how's it changed, transformed, altered?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to use the word intentionality. When you're thinking right and you're around the right people, I'm intentionally guiding my day. I'm intentionally thinking I want to behave this way. I'm intentionally going out in the world and how do I want to behave and act before I get in certain situations? How do I want to behave and act around my students? How do I want to behave and act around my staff? So my headspace is, it's not about me. I'm pushing out positive energy because my headspace is give first, and I'm doing it intentionally because naturally I'm going to want to go inward and be about me. I'm stuck in traffic, it's about me. I'm having financial issues, it's about me. I'm having problems with this, it's about me. I need to flip that, and I need to intentionally switch my mind every single day.
Yes. Okay. The second idea of running a world-class organization, we're back at Starbucks, wherever I am on the spectrum. And Jim, I'm having trouble sleeping at night. What's the main thing? If you ever lost sleep, Jim, uh, why would you lose sleep? Because of what?
Well, of course, in the younger days, you're thinking, man, I just don't know if this is sustainable financially. Or if I have success, will I lose it? I mean, I don't know about anybody else on the call, but I didn't come from any kind of financial situation as a young person. I came from a scarcity mindset. So at first, it's like, oh my gosh, am I going to even be able to sustain what I'm doing? Let's say you get somewhere and you're like, oh, I got somewhere. What if that disappeared? And those worries of being a business owner are the same for anybody. It doesn't matter what business you're in. But to be honest, the martial arts business is a hard nut to crack. And so you're worried about all of those things all the time.
Yes.
And you can't bring that to your family. They're counting on you and trusting you.
Definitely. What are you going to
They
go
don't want
cry?
you, your wife doesn't want you to go, hey, you know what? I don't know that we signed up enough students. I might not be able to pay the mortgage on next Thursday.
Yes, definitely.
Your wife doesn't want to hear that.
No.
You got to own that and internalize it and mull over it. And she's sleeping next to you going, oh, everything's fine. You go, everything's not fine. The house is on fire. I don't have any money in my account. We got to own that every single day.
You absolutely do. You have to own that. And Sarah is very intuitive. I'm not sure she totally gets it from my perspective. She's totally intuitive. But Jim, nobody can totally get it.
No.
Unless you're saying, man, I am not going to fail, damn it.
Right on.
Unless you've been there before, you can't get it. So let me ask you this question. Category number 2, I need to run a world-class organization. What would be your second suggestion?
I got to work on my mindset and me, which of course it starts with the people I'm around. And whether it's things I work on or a conversation we literally had just on Tuesday. Here's a thing that I would want everybody to think about. I'm kind of stealing Mr. C's comment, but it also comes from my own world too. If I want to run a world-class school, what kind of person do I need to be to earn that right? Am I a world-class person, leader, thought provoker, instructor, employer? What kind of person, how do I need to think, feel, operate? How do I need to go through my day? Like Elon Musk is, or any high, super mega successful guy, how he thinks about the world and how he's supposed to behave in it is different than us. And that's why they're winning at such a level and we're not. So it starts with, what do I believe about me? Am I a poor person in my head? Am I a non-successful person in my head? How do I need to think, feel, operate? What are my habits? Are those in line with what a highly successful school director or slash just business owner, like how does that person function? What do they think about? So if I get around the right people, they're going to start showing me, because they have certain operating systems and they're on accident just by how they behave and talk and how I view what they're doing in the world, or they intentionally share with me things they're doing. And I have to match that up with my behaviors, thought patterns, and actions. If this guy's getting up early, if he's reading books, if he's studying, if he's working out, if anybody's a Tony Robbins fan, success is leaving clues. The problem is, if we don't get around success, how would we find the clues? There's no clues to look at. You're finding all the wrong clues. So if I'm around the right people, they're dropping clues at me. Now I have to take that and go, okay. It's like being in a martial arts classroom. I'm new in the martial arts. I don't know what to work on, but I'm around my instructor and he's throwing me things to work on. If it's a roundhouse kick, there's lots of things I have to get better at to throw a roundhouse kick. I can't think like a white belt. What if I could start thinking like a black belt? How is he practicing? How often is he practicing? What's he focusing on when he's practicing? Is he also stretching? Is he also doing this? And the more mindset principles I borrow from that guy, I start behaving like a black belt way before I put one on. So it's, what am I reading? What am I looking at in my life? What are my habits? What am I listening to? Am I Netflixing and chilling? Or am I reading something that's making me better? What do I read? Well, that's not up for me to decide. It's up for us to be in the right rooms around the right people, and then it sparks things. Somebody will say, hey, I get up at 5 in the morning and I do this and that. And if that resonates with you, it's like, man, I need better habits. I need a morning routine. I'm going to start doing that. Guys start saying, what? I read a book every 2 weeks on success or business or motivation. Oh, shoot, I don't do that. What books do I read? Hey, you know what? Let me ask that too. What's the last book you read? And then I read that book. And it all starts with self-development and self-improvement. I'm around the right people, and then I'm working on me, because success is an inside job. If I'm working on me, then I'm going to have a school because I'm the kind of person that deserves one. I can't put that outward and go, I want a school with X amount of students that makes X amount of revenue and has X amount of employees. Well, did you earn that by who you are? Because I know in the past, I had to ask people to want to work for me. Now people ask me. I had to be the person they wanted to be around, that they wanted to attach their wagon to. They see my habits. They see my behaviors. They see that I'm a rocket ship, and they want to grab on and try to ride that wave. Until I'm that human, now I'm asking people and helping me. Now I got the wrong people. So if I'm not on this trajectory, if I'm not trying to be an A, I'm not going to attract A's. If I'm a B, I'll attract C's at most. If I'm a C, I'm going to attract D's at most. Oh my gosh, what kind of world-class organization is that? If I want to go somewhere, am I leaving a D instructor on the mat? And no, not unless I don't care. If I'm an A, other A's are chasing me, and I help them be an A. Oh, you're a B? Well, you can't help till you're an A. But if I'm a B, that's my ceiling. I can't get over 100 students. Yeah? Are you the kind of guy that can have a 200 student school? What do you do? What do you behave? What's your habits like? So personal development completely linked in with the people around me that remind me what I need to work on in my personal life all the time.
And how do you be consistent? Because some of the people are not ready to work for your organization. They are Netflix lazy. They are gaming lazy. They're in the periphery. Where do you need to be consistent? When I say the word consistent, day in and day out, continuous, what stirs in your head?
So just this morning, I did my workout before I came to the academy to teach my private classes, and of course hopped on here. My post this morning on Facebook was, coaches, leaders, mentors give us speed. So a guy that works out at the gym at my country club, he read that post, commented on it, had no idea I was working out. I'm changing. He comes in, he goes, man, Jim, he says, your post is right on the money. He says, because he's a business owner, he owns a financial firm. He says, your post is right on the money. We need more people to think like that. Like, why don't they think like that? I go, well, maybe they've never been around someone that helped them think like that. Maybe they never had someone expose them to it. So for me, consistency is I never, ever, ever go a day without inundating myself with the right education and information. So this isn't to brag on me. This is me. If I don't do this, Mr. C, I flop. I don't do news and Netflix in the morning. I do things that start my day the right way. So I am on YouTube. Oh, I don't know what to watch. How about if you watch 1 or 2 videos, you're going to get recommended high energy motivational videos, not cat funny videos, because that's all you normally watch. Stuff will just, you like the word attract. Now I'm attracting the right things into my life. So if I know if I go to work out, I'm going to feel better. Well, how about if I know if I put the right energy and information around me, doesn't matter what category it's in, don't overthink it, that's going to help me. So I know me, I need to be around energy to be energetic. When you guys get a hold of me or my students get a hold of me, you don't get the 6 o'clock in the morning Jim Bundy. You don't get that guy. Coffee gets that guy. This is what's happening. Then I start my cycle of priming myself up to be my purpose drives that action though. And that's, I guess, what you're really asking. I have to have something so compelling that I would want to do that every morning. Laziness happens when you're unconnected to something greater than yourself. And stop. If you're around the right people, they remind you that you need a purpose and you need to stay connected to that purpose. And then you're doing the personal development that keeps me on fire. Because guess what? Thursday morning, Friday morning at 9, who feels like going to the gym? Who feels like going teaching another class? Oh, I got a staff meeting. So what? If you have a purpose that's beyond yourself, you find a way through practice and preparation through your personal development that you learn to get in your own head and get the gears going. No one's going to do it for you. And then guess what? You got a staff member who comes in and they're the gamer. Well, guess what? You're going to be able to confidently encourage and excite that person because they know you don't do that crap. They know you were at the gym. They know you're doing the personal development. Every time they talk to you, you're on fire. You don't have a bad day. You don't get tired. You're 10 feet tall and bulletproof and got a Superman cape flying off your back. They have to keep up with you. And you can confidently say with passion and empathy, hey, man, how's your energy today? Can we get your energy? You know, yeah, I can get it up. Come on, man, let's get it going. They need, if I'm so on fire, how can everybody around me not get burnt?
Jim, I'm going to pattern interrupt you because you have 2 more suggestions on how to have a world-class organization. Do you think there's value of everybody on this Zoom call for next month, which is, let me take a look, June 19, Thursday. Do you think that the associates, if they have a close colleague in their association, you think that they should reach out to their associates? Hey, why don't you come on the Masterclass call? You might want to check it out. What do you say about that?
Well, the first question is, do I want to have a world organization truly, or am I lying? Because you can say you want to be in shape, but if you do nothing to do it, then you're just lying. Do you want to have a world-class organization or not? Oh, I have one and want to keep one. Oh, I want to confidently say that to the world. Well, then there's zero reason to not be around people that help you accomplish that mission. If you're not on the call, then you're lying to yourself. I don't got time. Are you kidding? That'd be like your student saying, oh, professor, I don't have time to come to class on Tuesday. Are you nuts? You don't have time to self-develop and get better and be the best version of yourself, and you don't want to be around other school owners that are going to spark something in you. I don't know about you, but I can't go without energy for very long because then I get fat, dumb, and lazy. So you have to do things that winners do. That includes being around people from the comfort of your school. You don't even have to get in a car. You don't have to get on a plane. It's easy math.
And you might have an associate next month that you want to hug and say, hey, I want you to be on this call. There's just something there. Jim, your first answer
wouldn't you bring a friend?
Your first answer of running a world-class organization for me at Starbucks was that I have to hang around world-class people. Your second answer was that I have to have a world-class mindset. That was your second answer. What's the third component of running a world-class organization? What would you say?
Everybody sitting down. Okay. You have to be the best at your craft. The best. Doesn't matter if it's true in other people's minds because everybody else will think they're the best. Let me put it to you this way. I'm going to give you Jim Bundy's goal number 1. And I can say this confidently because I work at my ability to make sure it's a true statement. Let's say I'm in Luigi's school next Monday and none of his students know me. Never been there before in my life. And I teach a class at his school and everybody goes, oh my goodness, who's that human? They're incredible. I've never seen a better class in my entire life. Now, of course, if I'm at Luigi school, I should just be a tie. It's only tie. I can tie him. I can't beat him. But if you plot me in Tulsa, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Bangladesh, Iraq, China, I'm not talking in Warren, Ohio. I'm not talking about the U.S. Put me in the world, and I'm one of the best you've ever seen ever. That's the Jim Bundy gold standard. So when we say best at our craft, best in your community, or best compared to the guy down the road, or this guy's running an ad. How do you compete with the best? The answer is they can't. They can't. So how do you do that? Well, you got to work at your craft. Let's peel back to the people you're around. Let's peel back to the guys and gals you're visiting. Let's peel back to how you're being around world-class instructors. And can you copy, model, and learn? And you're going, oh yeah, I've been teaching forever. Yeah, so has everybody else. But what if you're not around awesome, over the moon great teachers? You're gonna think you're awesome when you're losing luster, man. You're losing it. If I'm a 3rd degree under Master Sour and I'm not rolling and I'm not sparring and I'm not practicing, now I'm fat, dumb, and lazy in 2 years. God help me if professor saw me fat, dumb, and lazy 2 years from now. So it's called the gold standard for a reason. I have to say in my mind, I don't want to be the best for my students. I need the best for any student that ever saw me in their life. And what would I need to do then so I could say that's a true statement? And then if that's your goal, how is mommy and bringing in her child in your school not go, oh my gosh, I'm not competing with soccer because I'm the best instructor they've ever seen in their life. Joey Jones's dad teaching a soccer camp? You kidding me? He can't compete with me. Them kids are kicking each other more than they're kicking the ball. They're fighting with each other. They can't keep the moms on the sideline from screaming at them. They're spending the whole time looking at the 6-year-old going like this, like, oh my gosh, what are these kids doing? Then they come to your school like, oh my Lord, look at the structure, look at the energy, look at the passion, look at the skill, look how well my kids are training and behaving. Now that's world class. That's the best at my craft. I'm going to have to go and study. I'm going to have to go and learn. I'm going to have to get around these people. I'm going to have to do courses or whatever it is I'm going to need to do where I can compare myself to those guys.
You've talked about hanging around the right people. You've talked about the mindset that you need. The third thing that you spoke about was that I have to work on my craft
Yes, sir.
daily. What's the fourth? And before you answer that, Luigi, something you're on mute, but when I come back to you, something is stirring in your head from what you've heard today. I want to hear what's stirring in your head. I'm coming back to you. Jim, what's the fourth component in your thought about running a world-class organization?
World-class communicator, but it's a big onion to peel, though. It's a big onion to peel. So let's start with learning how to communicate to the world around you that you actually are incredible. It doesn't matter if you're the best at what you do if no one knows you're the best. You need to wrap your mind. We need to wrap our minds around, do I have something incredible and a service and a passion that the world needs? I do. But I'm going to be shy about telling people. I'm going to be nervous to ask them. I can't sell you on my product. Man, if you're in Starbucks with me and you ask me about my shirt, you know what you just said? Where do I sign up? That's what I heard you say. You asked me about my shirt. I heard you say, where do I sign up? And you want to know why? Because I'm going to change your life. And my instructors are great. And I made sure they're great. And my culture is the best thing you've ever seen. And if you come to my school, you're a better human. And now I have a ripple effect. Everybody you knows better. Everybody they knows better. And it goes on and on and on. And when you are that passionate and confident, bro. See, where professors got enthusiasm, I'm going to close you. Because you know what I would have done, John? I would have said, when am I going to get you in the gi? And you would have smiled. And then you know what? I would have walked away. And you know what I came back with? A gi. And I would have put it in your hand. I'd say, John, listen, you can just have this, bro. It can be pajamas or it can actually change your life. But no matter what, I want you to have it. It's a gift from me.
See, you don't remember my answer to him, though. What was my answer to him?
You gave him service and you wanted to help him be a world-class leader. And I'm with you. It was a great pivot.
I said I wanted him to have 10,000 more students.
Yes, and he wants you to be 9,999.
I love it.
So here's my point. We have to learn how to communicate to the world, whether it's our story that we tell about ourselves on our social media. I don't like social media. I didn't ask you if you liked it. Who asked you if you liked it? I don't care if you like it. People like it, and people are on it. And that's where they consume information about the world around them. If I want to know what you provide, you need to be a master at telling me that you do that. Whatever. Don't be somebody else. See, now this is Jim Bundy, if you don't mind me being myself here, John. I don't want to run an ad that I bought off of a company or some slick that somebody else made. They don't know me. They don't know what I stand for. They don't know my heart. They don't know my conviction. I do. I'm not a master at Instagram marketing. I'm not. I'm a master at what Team Bundy does for the world. And I better be a master at telling that story to the world. And I better be a master when someone sees what I do and they're interested and they think that I can help them. I better be a master at communicating how and why they should be on my mat and why it's the best thing. And I have a sales process, which really means I can communicate to you that this is the best thing you've ever done. And then we can communicate in our classes.
Let me jump in, and this is all tentative, okay?
Yes, sir.
We're talking a lot about theory today. Really important stuff. Like, I'm riveted myself. I can't speak for everybody else. The application, Jim knows the application. Like, if you start to talk to him about what happens on the automations, and what do I say, and how do I get him in the trial program, and then how do I extend them, he's fine-tuned with how to do that to the letter. And this is a tentative idea. If you ever had an association where you had 10 owners that you could pull to the table, and you wanted EFC to sponsor Jim to show up for a 3-hour training session on the exact application of these processes, like you had 10 owners and we could work it out, EFC would sponsor it. Now, I'm just going to leave it at that. It's a very lofty thing. It's just an idea that we as a company are growing into, to dispatch him to get around 10 of your school directors and train the heck out of them. Maybe they're a part of your association. So, Jim, let me just ask you this. Another closing way on how you want me to work on my darn craft. What do you want me to do additionally?
Well, I have to learn from people that are excellent at the craft and can give me some processes how to do it. But here's the thing. This is huge. Now, I don't want to speak for everybody on the call. I'm going to speak for me. I might have already said it once today. I don't want anybody telling me how to run my school like this. I got to teach these kinds of moves. I got to do mat chats, or I got to do this, or I got to do that. Or if I don't have this particular talk at the end of my class, then I can't be a successful school. I was just in the UK, Bullocks. Maybe I'm not saying it right. Here's my point. What I do need is to comprehend 3 basic things. These are my huge 3. Most people can teach John ABC. Pretty much any human relevant a subject matter they teach by a list. Put your thumb here, grab like this, put your foot over there. The reality is, John, most instructors, and if they're the school owner, I guess everybody underneath them is the same or worse because they're copying you, are just doing paint by the numbers at best. Now, if we could get that individual to move to the second layer where they could tell a story. But here's the thing. With a story within your martial art. It's my jiu-jitsu move, it's your kung fu move, it's your karate move. But if you have context around techniques, now you have interest. I'm not just doing it because you think it's important. You're giving me the reason why I should think it's important. Now you got my interest really piqued. It's not just paint by the numbers, but it's why should I paint by those numbers? Oh, I'd love to do that. Here's the one only few get to. And I think everybody's, because if you're going to plop yourself into any school around the world, you can't just make your students happy. You have to make that guy's students happy. Well, are you captivating? Are you energetic in your own way? See, I'm a little crazy. I'm fireworks and electricity. That doesn't mean that's how you have to be, but you do have to expose your energy. You do have to transfer it to the people around you. And the best of the best, they can give you the moves step by step. They can paint you a picture in a story, presence, and get all the presence, and processing, and say, hey, Jim, these are my moves. I'm not going to show you how to teach how I teach. Let's give you some framework so you can teach incredibly.
Yes, and I've seen your teaching methodology. It's really strong. Mr. Clifford is here. He was having drama club with you. It was a great, and please be brief with this.
Sweating drama club. It was great.
Please be brief with this answer. You're around him and he's looking at your eyes and he's drilling you. He's making you, even in your greatest expertise about influence, like he's hammering you. Where is it taking you? Where is Mr. Clifford's influence taking you during that drama club? Like it was a first row seat for me. Like I was just loving it.
So the question is, do you like ice cream or do you want the hard truth? And Tom gives the hard truth. He's not afraid to help an individual dig out their best, whatever it takes. And I can't see his picture. I love that about you, Tom, The best leaders will do what they need to do to dig out your very best. They will make you uncomfortable. Maybe they make you angry. Maybe they make you upset, whatever it is. And they force growth. And that gets us back to the very first topic, doesn't it, sir? When you're around world-class people, they make you world-class. They give you no choice. They back you in a corner and make you come out fighting.
Let me put you on pause for a moment. Luigi, I'm going to go to Tracy in just a moment on some announcements. Take a 1 minute, 60 seconds. Tell me what's stirring in your head.
Well, first of all, everything that Jim Bundy has said is right out of my playbook. And I keep every word that he's saying, I just keep nodding, because even when he said, what would you have done? What would he have done? I said it before he even said it. I said that about the story about him telling you should get on the mat, that Master Pedro Sauer said you should get on the mat. I would have gone and given you the gi like he said, because that's the type of person I am. Like he said also, I don't care what you do with the gi, but I would have given you the gi just to emphasize how much I wanted you to get on the mat, or pushing you to actually make the move. But every single thing that he has said, which is the reason why in the beginning I was so happy to see my good friend Buzz Durkin, is because since I started with EFC, I always realized that to get to greatness, you have to surround yourself with greatness. The other thing that he said is about continuing to train. I have been with Dan Inosanto since 1987. And not only do I host him, but I went to the March camp. I'm going to the August camp, and I'm going to his October-November camp, for the simple reason that he's turning 89. And now I need to squeeze the most that I can out of this. I hope that he lasts to 100 like his father. But I was with him in March. I hosted Eric Paulson over here. I host him twice a year for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Shuto last month. And tomorrow I pick up Francis Fong from the airport. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is, like he said also, man, it's not to brag, but it's to prove that to stay on top of your game. I have been with all of these guys 30 plus years, and it doesn't matter to me. I continue to train with them because I see where greatness is. The same way as this EFC, I got 20 years with EFC, but I will not do anything else on this specific hour, just to be around you people that have that same mentality of getting to greatness, doing my best, being my best, learning that the most important thing, we're in a people business. And like he said, you can't be chasing the dollar, because if you chase the dollar, you're going to be running all day long. You need to chase the people, and the dollars will come. I do everything for anybody that walks in here. Man, I have taken so many things from so many people that I've heard from EFC always. And just like he said, another great thing that he said, they don't run my school. They don't know who I am. So I don't have to have the mat chats. I don't have to do this, and I don't have to do a lot of things that people do, but I do it in my own way. You know, that's the thing everybody should understand. But that comes also from my Jeet Kune Do training. In Jeet Kune Do, you absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. And I do that for my academy, my life, my business, my wife, my friends, with everything. Man, incorporate everything that you hear from people. Take everything from everybody, because at the end of the day, the longer we maintain ourselves as a white belt, like God bless Dan Inosanto, he is a white belt after 80 years in the martial arts, you know, and Pedro Sauer, the same, another master instructor. These guys are just greatness, that if we surround ourselves with that, the more you surround, the more you get, the more you become, the more you can pass on. I was, what you saw was my brain just saying, man, this guy, I love listening to this guy, because it's the stuff that I know, but I need to constantly be hearing it, because it pushes me and it drives me, and he's inspired me. I wake up inspired. I really do. I truly wake up inspired. But this freaking guy, he does.
Luigi, you have the ability to influence people. I've been in your community. I've been in the nucleus of your fireball, and students on the street, on the sidewalk, we're walking down, they're all coming at you. Hey, but they hadn't even trained with you for a year. They're still coming at you. And they got purple hair, and you're embracing them. You don't care where they are. You're meeting them right where they are. And that's what makes you absolutely fabulous. So thank you for your comments. Your energy is always right there. I appreciate that. I want to go over to Tracy has some mind-blasting announcements, and then Jim, we'll come back and let you close out, okay? Tracy, can you come on
Yes,
for a
sir.
moment and give us some of your announcements? Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Tracy Brooks. I'm the Director of Marketing here at EFC. Before we close out this powerful session with Mr. Bundy, I have some quick announcements. First, the EFC online community. Jim delivered some great insights today, but learning just doesn't stop here. Inside the EFC community, school owners are exchanging strategies, solving challenges, and supporting each other every week. If you haven't visited, you can head right into your Aquila dashboard and click community on the left, and it'll take you directly there. One of the great discussions that's happening right now is about summer recruitment, and there's some strategies there, and we'd love to hear your input on those as well. Second, we have this amazing free seminar that's coming up June 6th. It's in New York. So everyone in the tri-state area or anyone else available is more than welcome to come. It's Jim Bundy and Anthony Arango. They'll be having a free in-person seminar. And in it, you'll learn internal, external promotions that will produce big enrollments, demystifying the school system, how your leadership team can keep your classes bursting at the seams, mastering your story brand, which is one of the things that Mr. Bundy spoke about today, and 3 secrets of converting prospects to enrollments. This hands-on practical event is designed to give you strategies you can put to work immediately. The seats are limited, so if you haven't registered yet, please check the chat and click that link and register today. Finally, we have the 2025 EFC Summit. It is absolutely open for enrollment, and it's taking place October 3rd and 4th, right outside of DC and Dulles Airport. This year, we've made it even easier to attend. So we have early bird pricing, which is good until June. We have hotel discounts available. We have free parking. Airport shuttles are included in the hotels, and we also offer a payment plan through our collections. Whether you join us for the June 6th event or the October Summit, or both, we're happy to have you and support you on your next level of growth. And thank you for visiting us today.
Beautiful. So, Jim, October 3rd and 4th, we're right outside of the Dulles Airport, and we're in that area. It's very active. And Professor Pedro Sauer has also not only to do a little keynote, but we've asked him earlier on Friday, instead of us starting at the normal time, a little earlier, any EFC school or client or attendees who have already bought the ticket, this is an add-on. So we're not asking anything. EFC subsidizes your ticket anyway. But having said that, we have an add-on on that Friday morning. Can you share what that's called and what that experience would be?
Sure. So,
and everybody's invited to it.
Yeah. I'm pretty passionate about the things I believe in, and I'm very passionate about Master Sauer's influence and what he can offer, not just the jiu-jitsu community, but the martial arts community at large. And what I know he offers, guys that have been with Professor forever, we know that his concepts on how to use his body to make it a more efficient, effective tool, not the newest sweep or the newest choke, but how to use your body effectively and efficiently. And that's style transcendent. His mindset of why you should practice, how you should practice, how to keep your body safe, how to be a great training partner, how to look at your practice for longevity is everything everybody needs to hear, especially those of us school owners that are aging. And to be quite frank with everyone, you need to be around him.
Yeah.
You need to be around those kind of people where their authenticity and their energy and their passion cracks you in the face. So I didn't want to call it a Pedro Sauer Jiu-Jitsu class. It's the Pedro Sauer experience. Because in my in my feelings of the world, when you're around the right educators, it's not a seminar, like it's an experience. And if someone doesn't say that about our classes or our school, I think you should want to think about that. Because if your student says, hey, I need you to come to my class, well, what do you guys do? And this is, students have said that their friends tell them this. So I'm not trying to sound strange. This is just, I've earned this right for this compliment. You just have to come see. It's hard to explain. It's an experience in its own. Now, why is that an experience? It's not your curriculum. It's not your warm-up. It's not how good you are at your moves. It's you or your instructors. And it's how you make people feel. Master Sauer, when he shakes your hand, he's not trying to shake your hand and get you to be his buddy because he's got an ulterior motive. He's an incredible human being. And we all need exposure to that. And we all need leadership like that. And it's my honor and privilege to have invited him, for him to accept it and expose him, how I see him, how other guys that we know who he is, to the world. So I would parallel that to this with the first thing we said, John, if I may. These Zooms, these live events we're doing, like the one in New York, the summit. Listen, I'm selfish. You need to come see me so I can see you. Don't come to see me. Don't come see me. Come see me so I can see you. I want to be around you. I want to be around your energy. I want to see what kind of things you're doing in the martial arts world. Be at the summit. Let's bounce atoms and bounce electricity. You can't do one event a year. That'd be like, okay, you know what? I want to be great at jiu-jitsu. I'm going to do one jiu-jitsu class in a 12-month period. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? You're going to wait 12 months to get energized? So are you also the person that writes your New Year's goals on New Year's Day once a year? That's it? You write your goals once a year. Oh, no wonder you're still 20 pounds overweight and your bank account doesn't look how you want and whatever else you hate about your life. That's a shocker. Let's call the news channels. John, call all the news channels. It's a 911. So get in events. Zooms are great. We're great. This is awesome. You can't travel. It's frequent. Keeps your juices going. You need to be around people. Them, their hands, their feet, their eyes, their energy, their life source. It's that you cannot get that through a Zoom. We can make it supplemental to keep you fired up. You got to be at these events. Do not, if it's free, great. Don't go just because it's free. Go because it's got value. Summit. Don't put a price tag on your success. If you know the right people are there with the right intentions, with the right authenticity, the right motives, and the right information because you're aligned, then you don't put a price tag on that. You just show up. You just commit. You drive, you fly, you get there. And then you spread all that energy through the world, because if you're not working on yourself, which was the second thing, how are you affecting the world in the right way? So I hope to see everybody at something very soon.
You got 30 seconds. I'm going to give you your quote that you didn't know I wrote down when I just saw you a couple of days ago. And you said something like, when you're having the toughest time, you're going to pull through and persevere when you have the deepest purpose. What does that mean to you?
Whether it's spiritual, otherwise, your family, that thing that calls to you from your soul, that's what we all lean into the hardest when the worst things that happen. You know, if you do jiu-jitsu and you're stuck on the bottom underneath this big, heavy, crushing guy, and you literally feel like your soul's being crushed. And if it was a real scenario, a real fight out on the street, what would be the purpose right then and there to get that guy off of you? Would your life flash before your eyes? Would you think of your family, the people you care most about, things that are dear to you? That's where I get centered. When things are at their worst, I have to be at my best. And the only way I'm at my best is if I know what the heck I'm doing in this world. And we're doing these types of events and having these kinds of conversations. I mean, I don't know about you, but the people I interact with aren't like me. I typically lead them. They're relying on me as an energy source. So I need to be around those other sources Remind me that it all starts from right in here inside my soul. And I need to stay connected to that when I'm at my worst, and I need to be at my best.
Okay, everybody, breathe for just a moment. Maybe you can see me, look in my eyes. We've got to realize our potential and keep our promises. Upwards and onwards. Have a great day.